W222 outsold W221 almost 2 times during the production years, and W222 considered to be the most technological and reliable S-Class on the used market today. Even with those hard facts, I will explain why W222 is soulless piece of metal and plastic and will be remembered as total failure for true Mercedes fans, and never be loved as W221, and why W221 is still in demand on second-hand market, despite expensive issues that it has. Let's start from W222. As a tech tool, this car was fabulous. It had all the bells and whistles that your average businessman with latest iPhone, new mistress every year, and fresh Prozac and Viagra in his pocket loves and wants. It had such wonderful features as brake pedal hold, adaptive headlights, magic body control that never actually worked in any W222 coupe, convertible or even long version. The idea of magic body control was that there's a scanner that scans a head road and prepares the shock absorbers for the impact. But nothing really happened and the car felt weird and confused all the time when you turned it on. Also, it had wrong way warning system for fun times when you have DUI parties. Night View Assist Plus, with further improved and supplemented by thermal imaging camera that help you to track people that hide in the bushes or animals. And that's actually a very convenient system when you drive on the country roads at night. And usually it worked really good. And also I do like the whole system in the brakes. You pump the brakes 2 times and then the whole system turns automatically, and that's nice. Design of W222 was inspired from this ugly bastard called F700 that had engine with power of petrol and fuel economy of diesel, so basically turbocharged engine. And I'm so frustrated that Mercedes based their legendary name S-Class on this ugly piece of you know what. Look at it. Who bases their future flagship car that everybody will love on basically a soap-shaped bubble vehicle? It had stupid positioning of doors, everything was ugly, just like Soul of My Ex. And you have feeling that nobody cared for W222 design. They just wanted something futuristic with style and status and that would look expensive. But what came out was boring and forgettable, because nobody paid attention to basics of car design. Any car must look either as desirable beautiful woman or like a strong, well-dressed and successful rich man. Some automakers claim that they got their inspiration from wild animals, but base of every vehicle is always desirable woman or successful man. This formula works for decades. In this formula, front of the car is the face and the shoulders, and at the same time the back of the car are the hips and extension of the face. For example, this is Kim Kardashian. Big wide hips and in general big butt and cute face. And this is full rich man that has nice suit and great posture, and it always has big wide shoulders and like to show off his expensive suit. And this is Monica Bellucci. Everything here is perfect. The sexy woman tactic has the golden rule. Front hood must be lower than the trunk. Then you get the woman body shape. And woman body shape design is considered to be the safest bet to any automaker. And some say that this is because of aerodynamics, but every car maker tries to make it look lower than it is. Richman design was popular in old days, and today only Rolls-Royce can make hood higher than the trunk, and this approach to design brings good sales only for the Rolls-Royce. Other companies failed catastrophically. And now we can get to the problem of W222. Hood is lower than the trunk, but front gives you illusion that is bigger than the trunk line because of the huge headlights that were based off F700. And when you look at the car, you just feel confused. It is not high enough to give you the rich man look, and it's not low enough to give you the sexy look. And the hips are not so big. The trunk is too smooth, too shaped, too like it like a Rolls Royce. They try to make it not wide enough. So general design of the car is confusing and weird and very forgettable. Another problem with this car is the weight and handling. And that improved handling took feeling of the weight. And when luxurious car feel heavy, it gives you more pleasure to drive it slow because you understand the purpose of the car is to bring you from point A to point B, not in a hurry, but in luxury. I know that any modern Rolls-Royce is a fast car, but when you drive it, you don't want to do it. You feel uncomfortable driving it fast. But W222 during active driving feels like it likes it. And you feel light. Actually, the car feels light when you drive it aggressively. It has very good handling, faster gear changes, and all those wonderful characteristics kill fat, lazy, luxurious feeling that W140 or W221 gives you. And basically that all Rolls-Royce also can give you. Engine chain must be changed every 200,000 kilometers, and also turbos can be changed after 200,000 kilometers if car was driven in normal mode. And that's very good numbers. And before buying W222, check compression in the cylinders, and in general, check every cylinder for the scratches inside the engine block. And I must admit that W222 is much more reliable car than W221. If you buy W222, use only premium fuel, change oil every 8,000 kilometers because almost every W222 is turbocharged today and it needs frequent oil change. Every 50,000 kilometers you must clean radiators for better cooling and change all the cooling liquid because powerful turbocharged engines do not like overheating. Transmission is reliable. It will last more than 300,000 kilometers if owner of the car will not drag race it to bakery every day. But it is better to change oil every 50,000 kilometers. And of course there are some small electrical problems. Usually with the front lights, and electric trunk sometimes opens too slow. Sensors inside the engine can fail on you, just like my hopes and dreams on buying cheap fun car in 2023 because my wife has gambling problems. Now let's bring my first sentence that W222 outsold almost 2 times W221. That happened because of China became very rich and that everybody in China wanted the new S-Class just for the status of the car. China bought so many W222s that Mercedes S-Class became the biggest communist dream. When you drive W222, no one will believe that it is your car. Because 90% of W222 owners have chauffeurs. And people bought them just because this is a new S-Class. Not because they wanted to drive it and feel the luxury themselves while driving it. W222 had the same problem as W220. It did not know what it was. And true driver enjoys cars that know what they are and confident about how they will make you feel on the road. W222 tries to be sporty, luxurious, nimble, soft, hard, dynamic, quiet, loud, modern, old-fashioned, and everything is in such a mess that when you drive it, you do not understand what it is. But if you sit in the back, everything is excellent. But when you drive it, it feels confusing. It was developed on Nürburgring, and I think that explains all. I don't want to sound like old man, but when you put a luxurious car in the Nürburgring, it really messes up the brain of the car. We have same problem in the interior. Yes, it looks futuristic and modern, but the dashboard looks like it was copied from luxurious yacht. And as a back passenger, yes, interior is amazing and the ride comfort is wonderful and has all the wonderful gadgets, good audio system. You can rest there, you can lay there. It has even heated armrests. And if you pay enough, you will get decent leather and many different toys that will keep you entertained. Also, you get not so bright ambient light, and it doesn't remind you so much of a strip club like in the W223, but you almost there. It feels like just a little bit more and then you're in a strip club. As a luxurious tool, this car is amazing, but as the car that you love and care about, it fails horribly. If you do want to buy it, and no one will judge you for that, try to find from people that actually drove it. Because when you buy it from the company or from the limo company or from somebody that had a chauffeur driving it, it will definitely start eating oil in early mileage. It will have overheating issues and you will have scratches in the engine block. Because chauffeurs wait for their bosses all the time in the car. They turn on the car when it's hot to be cooled, when it's cold to be in warm car. An engine is always idling and it's not moving. And there is not enough cooling for the engine because there is no air coming through the radiator. And imagine that car stands every day idling, not going anywhere for hours, 2, 3, 4 hours with working engine in summer, on the sun, or in the winter in very cold weather. Anyway, it's always working. So try to buy it from the driver. You'll be much safer. I worked in Dubai as a salesman and a sales manager for a few years, and I sold many W222s. And nobody, not one client, bought W222 for himself or for herself. They just bought it for their companies or for the children to be driven in, or somebody had hotels for the VIP clients, but never for themselves. Every time any client drove W222, everybody thought that he was the driver, not the owner, and that's another problem. And that opinion goes everywhere I went. In Russia, in Kazakhstan, in Uzbekistan, in UAE, in Singapore, everywhere people think that you're not the owner, you're just the driver, especially if the car is in the black or white color. I remember that people that understand the cars were laughing about the Maybach edition. Among true Mercedes lover, Maybach edition is considered to be joke. Nevertheless, ordinary people paid for that joke a lot of money. Clients who knew cars very well, they never took this car seriously. They just thought that Maybach badging and fancy leather and champagne glasses are just a ripoff. But Mercedes tried to slip in these wonderful features in normal W222, and that worked and brought them a lot of money. I think that Mercedes destroyed the dignity of Maybach brand when they rebadged their W222. If you think the same, let me know in the comments. If you want video of why Mercedes stopped making pure Maybachs, let me know in the comments and I will explain every detail of it. Now let's talk about W221. When W221 came out, it destroyed all the competitors. Not BMW or Audi could get even close to what Mercedes could offer. Top Gear loved it, Arabs loved it, young Russian billionaire kids loved it, and even corrupt American bankers actually drove it. And before I continue French kissing W221, just look at W221 S600 and W222 S600, and immediately you will have feeling that W221 wants you to drive it. But W222, you want to have a driver that will open the door for you and you'll sit at the back and he will chauffeur you around and you have no intentions of driving the car. W221 in any trim invites you to get behind the wheel. It looks warm and friendly, and it looks like beautiful woman with big eyes, and big arches remind me of juicy, wonderful curves. It is very rare when women actually buy W221 because car is very appealing for men. The car looks down to earth, and at the same time it's respectable, quiet, desirable. Design of W221 is way better than W222, and driving of W221 feels heavy. You want to drive it slow and, in luxury. Design of the interior, even today, looks nice. When I was working in Dubai, I noticed that every time we got W222, the car was in the showroom about 1 month or 2 months, and for our showroom that was very long time. And when we got W221, usually car sold out within a week, and people continue calling us after the sale from all over GCC region, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and they were asking about the car. Even W221 that were not in such a good condition with big mileage or after the accidents were immediately sold, and that really was astonishing fact for me. I'm confident that in the near future W221 will destroy W222 on second-hand market, just like W140 destroyed W220. And also, the quality of the interior is much better than quality of W222. There are no squeaky noises like in W222, and everything is very solid in W221. But the best feature of W221 is the ambient lighting. Not aggressive, it doesn't look like a strip club or doesn't look like some 21-year-old kid that did too much clubbing designed the interior lighting like it is right now in W223 and W222. I know that W221 has many different issues and problems with reliability. W221 is more reliable. If you want to know all the problems of W221, the link is below. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments what S-Class is the best for you. Take care and bye bye.